7 or 8 years ago, I was obsessed with power stones. I collected them in massive quantities. I didn't collect them because I believed in magic. I just thought they were incredibly beautiful. Even as a man, I've always been drawn to shiny things. Since I had just started working back then and couldn't afford expensive jewelry, I focused on affordable, semi-precious stones. Once I started, I was hooked, and soon I had a decent collection. One day, while browsing an online auction for something unique, I stumbled upon an egg-shaped black stone. It was a labradorite egg, about 10 centimeters tall. I already owned several labradorites, but the one in the photo looked more beautiful than any I had ever seen. It emitted a sort of mystical glow. I want it. I need it. I felt an inexplicably strong pull toward it. Looking at the price, I was shocked. The seller had set a buy-it-now price that was suspiciously low. Almost free. I was baffled. It looked like a high-quality specimen. Why was it so cheap? The description said the owner had bought it during an overseas trip. I rationalized it, thinking that since it was a used item, they just wanted a quick sale. In the world of power stones, some people refuse to touch items that belong to others because of lingering energy. I didn't believe in that stuff, so I clicked buy. The stone arrived soon after. It was packaged carefully, and it was the real deal, just as magnificent as the photo. Feeling great, I went back to the site to thank the seller, but I found that their account had already been deleted. I could stare at that labradorite forever. Its bluish shimmer gave me a strange sense of ecstasy. That night, I fell asleep clutching the stone in my hand, and that was when the dream started. I'm in a forest at twilight. I am tied to a massive tree, and in front of me stand about 10 small children. They all have black hair, dark skin, and are wearing almost no clothes, like children from an indigenous tribe. Every single one of them is pointing a finger at me, chanting in unison. Nashu? I froze, not understanding the words, when I suddenly felt movement above my head. A rustling sound, like something heavy crawling on the tree I was tied to. Something huge was right above me. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't move my neck to look up. The children just kept chanting. Looking closer, I realized their faces were completely devoid of emotion. There was no life in them. Terrified, I struggled desperately to break free, and I woke up. I was gasping for air, drenched in sweat. My heart was pounding. Realizing it was just a dream brought a wave of relief. What a weird nightmare, I thought. I lived with my parents at the time, so I headed downstairs to take a shower. On the stairs, I ran into my sister. Morning, I said. Morning. Hey, what happened to your eye? I went to the mirror. My right eye was bloodshot. The vessels had burst, making it a vivid, angry red. Over the next few days, the dream kept repeating. The ropes, the children whispering Nal Nashu, and the thing on the tree. Every night, I'd wake up in a cold sweat. At first, I tried to ignore it, but when the same dream happens every single night, you can't. And after every dream, my right eye grew redder. I began to suspect it all started with that black stone. From the moment I bought it, I carried it everywhere. Whenever I looked at it, a strange numbness washed over me, and I didn't want to let go for a second. In my pocket on the street, on the shelf in the bathroom, in my hand while I slept. I literally never let go. Looking back, I know it wasn't normal. One evening, while I was in the living room staring at the stone, some relatives came over. Their 2 young children, 5-year-old Kenji and 7-year-old Kana, noticed the stone. What are you looking at? Kenji asked. Ooh, what's that? Let me see, Kana chirped. I hadn't shown the stone to anyone before, but I couldn't say no to the kids. It's so pretty, Kana admired. Kenji, however, suddenly backed away. What's wrong? I asked. It's scary. For some reason, the boy was terrified of it. Kana just laughed at him, and they ran outside to play. Night fell. The relatives were getting ready to leave after dinner. I was in the kitchen washing dishes when I felt someone behind me. I turned around and saw Kana. Kana? Something was wrong with her. Her face was deathly pale, her eyes empty and glazed over. There was saliva bubbling at the corners of her mouth. Are you okay? Do you feel sick? I leaned down toward her, and she whispered, Nashi. I didn't even realize what happened. The next second, I was on the floor, clutching my face. I heard Kenji crying. My uncle ran in, screaming, What happened? He told me not to move and sat me on a chair. Blood was pouring from my right eye. I watched in a daze as the drops hit the floor. Why? I was just talking to Kana. Uncle, where is Kana? She's right here. Hold on. Her mom is getting a towel. She was standing there with an innocent, confused face. Big brother, what's wrong? At her feet lay a bloody paring knife. Yes, she had slashed my face. But why? And right before she struck, she definitely said it. Nashu, I was rushed to the hospital. Luckily, my eyeball wasn't hit, though I ended up with a scar on my eyebrow. My vision was fine. No one saw the moment it happened, so they ruled it an accident, that I must have tripped and fallen onto the knife. Later, I carefully asked Kana about it, but she said, I just saw you fall. She remembered nothing. I couldn't blame her, but that whisper was too haunting. I decided not to push it. After that, I stopped carrying the stone. I was certain it was the cause. Kana had touched it right before it happened. Something was wrong with that stone. I wanted to get rid of it, but I was too afraid to just throw it away. I contacted my friend Yuki, who was rumored to have psychic abilities. We used to joke about his ghost stories, and I wasn't sure if he actually saw things, but I was desperate. Oh, it's you. Been a while, Yuki said. After some small talk, I got to the point. Listen, you said you see things. Is that true? Yuki's voice turned serious. Is that why you're calling? You know I collect stones. I found one, a strange one. You want me to take a look? Yeah, Yuki went silent for a moment. Okay. Listen, is there anyone with you right now? Is the TV on? No, I'm alone in the room. Why? Ah, I see. Damn it. Is something wrong? No, I'll come over tomorrow, okay? Why? I can bring it to you. I don't want to trouble you. Don't. I'll come to you. Just wait. The next afternoon, Yuki arrived. My parents were out. Usually cheerful and carefree, Yuki looked incredibly tense. Show me the stone. Here. The moment I took it out, Yuki's face went white. Where did you get this? Was it a gift? No, I bought it at an auction. I see. He took a heavy breath. I was terrified. I'd never seen him like this. Is it that bad? I don't fully understand it myself, but this looks like a Goshintai, an object of worship. An object of worship? And not a Japanese one. It's from overseas. Anyway, this needs to go somewhere safe. It won't bring you anything but misery. He paused. How's your right eye? My heart skipped a beat. When I look at this stone, my eye starts to hurt, Yuki said. There's a connection. Listen, let me take it. I didn't expect that. I have an acquaintance who knows how to handle things like this, he continued. I'll pass it to him. You can't keep it here. I felt a massive weight lift off my shoulders. Fear had taken root in my soul, and I just wanted it gone. I'd appreciate that, but won't it hurt you? I'll be fine. I started this. I'll finish it. Besides, it's better for the children this way. Thanks. Wait, what children? The ones all around you. They're all pointing their fingers at you. My blood ran cold. Yuki took the stone and left, promising to call when it was settled. I finally felt like I could breathe. I'll sleep well tonight, I thought. But the dream came back. The twilight forest. The tree. The children. Everything was the same, except for one thing. The children weren't just standing there. They were swarming me, pinning me down. And tied to the tree was Yuki. His face was twisted in terror, screaming at me, struggling to get free. His right eye had been ripped out, and in its place flowed blood, thick and black like mud. I tried to move, but those small children had incredible strength. 10 pairs of hands held me so tight I couldn't move a finger. The children whispered, and something shifted on the tree above Yuki's head. From this angle, I could finally see it. A massive snake. Its scales were a ghostly pale white. It slithered slowly down the bark toward Yuki. Right above his head, it unhinged its jaw. Yuki was screaming, but no sound came out. His entire head disappeared into the snake's mouth. With one flex of its powerful body, crunch, Yuki's neck snapped. His head was torn off. I watched in a trance. Above my friend's headless body, the snake turned its head toward me. The snake was missing its right eye. I woke up at dawn, gasping, heart racing, face wet with tears. I just sat there for a long time, holding myself and crying. Yuki was dead. The snake ate him. But it was a dream. Just a dream. I wanted to call him, but an irrational fear stopped me. I decided to wait for him to call. I found out 4 days later that Yuki had died in a car accident. His car had swerved into oncoming traffic at full speed right before entering a tunnel and slammed into a truck. When I visited the crash site, there was almost nothing left. Just tiny glass shards and skid marks on the asphalt. Why did he die? Looking at those marks, that was my only thought. Is it my fault? Did the black stone kill him because I dragged him into this? It's been 10 years, and the guilt hasn't left me. I can't believe the dream and Yuki's death aren't connected. Who are those children? What is that snake? I'm writing this here because I had to tell someone. Does anyone know what this is? That snake. It seems to hold a grudge. I still have the dream. And my right eye has gone blind from a cataract. As for that shard of black stone I picked up at the site of Yuki's accident, I'm holding it in my hand right now. It really is incredibly beautiful.